Hey everyone, this is Simone Smith, and welcome to our 5th season of Keeping Up with Clay-Chalkville.
The Proud Family. What?
Keeping Up with Clay-Chalkville. Our first video is a sports recap of this football season where Clay is making history. Welcome to our first episode of Keeping Up with Clay-Chalkville of the 2021-22 school year. We want to give you guys a brief sports recap of our football season. At the beginning of our season, we took on the Shays Valley Mounties with the score of 40-0. Next, we played the Hewtown Golden Gophers with our closest score of 57-40. Afterwards, we beat the Jasper Vikings with a not-so-close score of 68-21. Then, we beat the Garndale Rockets with an astonishing blowout of 46-0. Finally, our Cougars played the Minor Tigers for our homecoming game and brought home the win with a score of 50-7. This Friday, our Cougar football team takes on the Jackson Olin Mustangs at Cougar Stadium. Both teams are both undefeated so far this season, so be sure to watch both teams to see who takes on the win. Our next segment is a video on the most historically underwhelming homecoming week.
Thanks, Simone. We had our homecoming about 2 weeks ago. In our video, we have highlights from dress-up days, the Powder Puff football game, our actual football game, and even an interview with our SDA president, Kendall Watts.
Hi, my name is Kendall Watts. I'm a senior at Clay-Chalkville High School, and I'm your SDA president. Me and the SDA worked very hard on your homecoming week, and here are my thoughts on how it went. Even though most of our events from the week got canceled, we still had things to look forward to, such as the Powder Puff game and our win over Minor. Some things to look forward to in the future are homecoming court being presented on October 1st and possible future pep rallies and parades. We were very upset that this week got canceled, but we're doing everything we can to make it up to the student body.
Here's a little recap from what happened about 2 weeks ago. Stay tuned to find out our homecoming court on the October 1st football game against Jackson Olin.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Now we have a video about the college fair our seniors recently attended at Railroad Park.
Hello, CCHS. This is your social media manager, Karen McGinnis. On September 23rd, CCHS seniors had a chance to attend Railroad Park College Fair, where they had to meet representatives from colleges and universities across the country. Here's a special look back to these unique experiences.
I will be attending college. I want to attend any HBCU for right now, but I am undecided for right now. I want to major in sports medicine or exercise science and minor in African American studies. So right now I am looking at the University of New Orleans in Middle Tennessee. It's Allen University and Miles College. Yes, the most ones that really stood out to me was Middle Tennessee, Allen University, Alabama and Tuscaloosa, Lawson State. It's a lot of schools out there with a lot of information due to they're not really looking at so much of scores and they're giving out a lot of scholarships nowadays.
Yes, I will be attending college and my main choice right now is Texas University. I would like to major in pre-med. My top colleges are Texas University, Allen University, and that's it right now. Most definitely, Allen University stood out the most.
As you can see, the college fair was a great experience. If you're a senior and you missed this past college fair, it's okay. There will be more upcoming events soon to visit. Any more questions pertaining to this event, contact your personal counselor. Handing it back to you, Simone.
Thanks for the insight to where some of our seniors are potentially thinking and attending for college. I hope some of these juniors take the advice. Now we have a more somber video on the historical event of 20 years ago.
Oh my God.
My God.
Oh, it was another.
Oh no. Okay.
Explosion.
People in the building.
Oh, another one just hit. Something else just hit.
Hi, this is Autumn Bryant with your CCN TV. This month marked the 20th anniversary of the September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks. Many people across our country took time out of their day to reflect on this day and to remember the lives that we've lost. I had the opportunity to sit down with a few of our CCH teachers and ask them about their memories of this day. Some students at CCHS might not know about the September 11 attacks, so today we're going to put ourselves in the shoes of the people who are alive on this day.
So it was a regular day, and I took my kids to school, and when I got home, one of my neighbors called and said, "Are you watching this?" And I didn't know what she was talking about. So I turned on the TV just in time to see the plane hit.
And so I remember clearly getting in my car, driving home, driving to get my daughter. That was the main thing. I had a daughter that was in kindergarten at the time, I think.
And pretty much the rest of the day we were glued to the television set. And I remember just this sense of overwhelming fear because we didn't know what would happen next. It just seemed like one thing after another. You know, the plane hit, and then the plane hit the Pentagon. And
now that we have jumped back 20 years and put ourselves in their shoes, we're ready to come back to the present and see how 9/11 has impacted not only their lives, but the lives of their friends and family.
So I think at that time we were all kind of in shock right at first of like what's really going on, but I think pretty quickly we as a nation really came together and tried to unify and make sure that we stayed strong, because we are strong. We are very strong as a nation, so we wanted to represent that not only for ourselves and keep us, strong and moving forward, and how are we going to bounce back from that kind of, attack on our country, but also show the world that even though that has such a huge impact on us as a civilization and as a nation, we are still strong and we have a presence in the world.
Well, my son, who was in the second grade, decided that he wanted to serve in the military because of what happened on 9/11. So from the time he was 7 years old, knowing what happened and the attack that happened on our country, he wanted to serve and protect our country. So he serves in the Navy. And then my daughter, who's a couple of years older than him, she serves in the Army. And she actually married somebody in the Army. So we have a lot of military family members, kind of skipped a generation with us. But my children have kind of picked it back up. So it means a lot to me that they would want to protect our country after something like that.
We, as a post 9/11 generation, don't understand the unity that took place and the lack of unity that is present today. This event has changed the way we board planes and how we perceive transportation in general. This momentous day has altered the course of history, and reflecting back on it, we should live and learn.
Thank you so much for the emotional and reflective video, Autumn. We're glad to give those voices that were affected by 9/11. Next, we have a video on career readiness.
My name is Pamela Whitley, and I am a transformational specialist at Clay-Chalkville High School. Basically, my job is where I help teachers and I help students. I help with data and trying to make sure that kids are on their way to graduation with all of the opportunities that we afford here at Clay-Chalkville High School. Okay, CCR stands for College and Career Ready. Many moons ago, the Alabama High School graduation exam is a test that all seniors had to pass in order to graduate. Then we started changing towards working on ACT standards, and we've decided that the workforce in Alabama needed more students that could work in trades. So they've decided to make the standard more not just about college-based, but also about careers, because many students are having to work while they're going to college to try to pay for it. So Alabama created the College and Career Ready standards. Now, in order to be college and career ready, we have these posters around school, okay, and you guys will see them. If you notice, I've already started listing all the students that have a CCR standard by their name, which means that they are, I guess, designated as college and career ready. And so they have to score at least a benchmark score on the ACT. So when they take the ACT, if they take English and they score an 18 or higher, they become a college and career ready standard recipient for that benchmark. Well, let's say that you're not going to college. There's also a test that seniors have to take that's called the work keys. And if you notice around, it's coming up in October the 12th. And a lot of businesses in the state of Alabama, 653 to be exact, use the work keys to try to place employees in certain jobs and at certain pay scales, which is very important to all of us as we leave high school, so that they know more about the jobs and the opportunities that they should put prospective employees, and it can also help you with your pay. And then also, a lot of our kids are wanting to go to college, so they're taking advanced placement scores. So if you get a qualifying score in an AP class, which is a 3 or higher, then that gives you a check mark on your college and career ready standard. If you earn a career tech credential, because we really like to push our career tech academies around here, let's say you take the PCT test in your health career tech or in your health science class, then you can also receive a CCR standard check mark. That's basically what it is. So you have the opportunity to go into a hospital and start work immediately. And let's say you get your PCT credit and then you want to go to UAB. UAB has the opportunity to help you with tuition if you work with them. Another one is dual enrollment. We have a lot of students that have earned dual enrollment credit through Alabama and UAB and Jeff State. And so if you are part of that program and you go ahead and start taking some college courses, they can replace your high school courses and you receive the college credit. And that also shows that you have initiative and that you're ready to be college and career ready. So all of these are items that you can do while you're here at school. And then the last one is, if let's say that you want to join the military because you want to travel and do something with the military, maybe your family's military or whatever that you want to do. If you want them to help you pay for your college, then also joining the military means that you're college and career ready. So these are little things that we do for you, or try to make sure that you know you have the opportunity to be successful, so then once you leave here, you have more opportunities. Well, when they take the ACT in the spring as a junior, that is their first opportunity. And let's say they don't do so well. If they take the ACT again because they're trying to get in a particular school, they can raise their score and still earn a CCR. So as I just asked some students earlier about if they'd taken the ACT recently, I could be updating these posters out here to be adding their name to the list because they have gotten a qualifying score in math or in English or in reading or even in science. The work keys is coming up, so we're going to be offering that. You can either get a gold, bronze, or silver status, which means you made a certain score on all 3 sections, and that will make you college and career ready. And that information is downloaded onto the ACT website where employers can pull that, and you can get that, use that certificate to help you whenever you leave high school and go to a job that requires that standard. And we'll offer a makeup time for that also later on in the spring, but we want everyone to know about it now so that way they can be successful, get it over with, and be ready to go. So you are a step ahead of everyone else that still hasn't decided. There are people that are older in college now that are having to go back and do the things that you are doing now to try to help sustain their family and their finances.
Thanks, Autumn. Our last video is one about the virtual students from last year and how learning online affected them.
Hello, CCHS. This is your social media manager, Karen McGinnis. For 2 years, COVID has kept millions of kids from having a normal school year, from making everyone learn from home. But we were lucky enough this year to go traditional. We have interviewed a few students who were virtual all last year and asked them how the transition back into in-person learning has been.
The hardest part about being remote was getting in contact with your teachers because they wasn't standing in front of you. So it was like waiting on emails and sending emails and making sure you just checking in on Schoology. That was like the hardest part. Nah, it wasn't hard to transfer back to traditional school because I was ready. I'm just tired of getting up early, but I'm ready. It was very hard staying motivated at the house because the couch was like right there and then the refrigerator was like upstairs. My expectations for the school year, I just want a semi-regular school year for real. And to end with a bang because class of 2022.
The hardest part of being remote for me was trying to keep my grades up and just trying to get the work done because I didn't understand most of it and I couldn't get in contact with my teachers. It wasn't too hard for me. The main thing was just trying to find all my classes again and get used to the school. It wasn't challenging. It was challenging for me to stay motivated because I was laying in my bed the whole time doing all my schoolwork and I just wanted to fall asleep through the whole thing. My expectations this year is to keep up my grades, and the way I'm trying to do that is to just make up all my work and get in touch with my teachers.
Hardest part was trying to keep my grades up and trying to get in contact with other teachers and trying to just stay focused. It wasn't hard to transfer back into a traditional school. It was really easy in my opinion. Yes, I did find it a challenge to be motivated because I was mostly in my bed doing my homework. My expectations are to just keep my grades up, getting more involved in things, and yeah.
As we all know, COVID has dramatically affected us in a drastic way. But we're in hopes that this year will be a great, safe school year.
This is Ayana Scott reporting from Clay-Chalkville High School. And today we would like to say goodbye, Crispitos.
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 Crispitos. Crispitos.
Crispitos.
The Crispitos was so crunchy, and the way the cheese just melt in your mouth was so good. Like, it was just amazing. Like, I don't even know what to say. I'm just so sad that they're gone. Like, it was the best lunch food ever, and it was so hot. Then the sauce they gave you with some milk. Yeah. I just feel like Crispitos were made with so much love, and it brightened my day every time I ate them.
I honestly don't know why they tried to take the Crispitos away from us because that was so freaking good, y'all.
I'm going to miss Crispitos because that was one of my favorite lunches, and I'm going to miss them a lot.
We would like to say thank you to our lunch ladies and our staff for making Crispitos happen.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Keeping Up with Clay-Chalkville, and check back next month for our October episode.